We're here at SEMA 2014 at the Chicago Pneumatic booth, and we're here today to talk about the Blue Tork Precision Nut Runner tool. What I try to get customers to envision is when this Class 8 vehicle is going down the OEM assembly line, they have this ring that comes down and it's got several of these nut runner tools on it. What it does is it tightens all of these lug nuts to very specific foot-pounds, 450 to 500. The reason they chose 500 foot-pounds is because at 500 foot-pounds that stud will stretch just a little bit, and it's the desire of that stud to go back to its original shape that will hold tension in the joint. That's what keeps these lug nuts on there and keeps the wheel on. And they've been building trucks that way for over 20 years. Unfortunately, what we've done for the last 20 or 30 years is when this truck leaves the OEM assembly plant and goes out into the real world, the very first time somebody pulls this wheel off to change a tire or to do a brake job, is they're generally put back on and severely over-tightened. And when you over-tighten these lug nuts, sometimes to 700, 800, 900 foot-pounds, is that stud will actually stretch beyond its yield point, and once it's stretched beyond its yield point, it can no longer go back to its original shape. Therefore, from that point forward, whether you put 500 foot-pounds on that lug nut or 800 foot-pounds on that lug nut, there's no tension in the joint. Those nuts will eventually start to vibrate loose, and that's how you have a wheel-off potential. What we did at Chicago Pneumatic was we took one of those nut runners off of that piece of equipment, we put a handle on it with a trigger, and we put a reaction cup on it now. So now guys in the aftermarket, when they take this wheel off to do what they need to do and put it back on, they too can put them all back onto the same 500 foot-pounds that you get when the truck is built at the OEM level. As an example, all they would do this is put this on and run it down, and it will shut off at 500 foot-pounds all by itself, and therefore you get them back to the same OEM spec as when the truck is built. Thank you for your time today and your interest, and thank you for your interest in the Blue Tork Nut Runner. For more information, you can go to cp.com to find out more about the Blue Tork Nut Runner.